Imagine a world where understanding, empathy, and connection come naturally, where people genuinely grasp not only their own emotions, but also the feelings of those around them. How different would our workplaces, schools, and relationships be? Today, let's delve into something transformative yet often overlooked: emotional intelligence. To start, let's think about a few questions. Have you ever wondered if you're truly emotionally intelligent? Or have you consciously worked on understanding and managing your emotions? If these questions resonate, you're not alone. Like many, I once thought that emotions weren't important, something I rarely gave much thought. My decisions relied purely on logic, until a few years ago, when burnout forced me to confront emotions I didn't even know I had. This experience opened my eyes to the critical importance of emotional intelligence. Initially, I assumed that having strong emotions was the same as being emotionally intelligent. But emotional intelligence isn't about simply feeling deeply. It's about understanding and managing those feelings, both in yourself and others. It's a valuable skill with three main components: emotional awareness, emotional application, and emotional regulation. Emotional awareness is about recognizing your own emotions and empathizing with others. Emotional application involves using your feelings constructively, like tapping into motivation during problem solving. And emotional regulation is the ability to manage and respond to your emotions appropriately, as well as to help others do the same. True emotional intelligence means balancing all three, not just feeling intensely. Growing up, I lacked guidance in managing my emotions. When I faced challenges like losing friends or dealing with family struggles, I didn't know how to process those feelings. This lack of emotional understanding often led to misplaced aggression or misunderstandings. And as I got older, I realized I wasn't alone. Many of us struggle with insecurity, leading to judgment, bullying, and strained relationships, all symptoms of limited emotional intelligence. To foster emotional intelligence, we need to make it a priority, both individually and as a society. Unfortunately, our educational systems often overlook this vital skill. Children are encouraged to excel academically, learn languages, and master various activities, but rarely do they get the time to explore their own emotions. To raise a generation that understands and values emotional intelligence, we need to give them the tools, and we should start by learning it ourselves. So, how do we cultivate emotional intelligence? Think of it as learning any new skill. At first, it feels awkward and uncomfortable, but with practice, it becomes natural. Developing emotional intelligence requires awareness, patience, and practical application, just like learning to drive a car or play an instrument. Over time, understanding and handling emotions can become second nature. To help you on this journey, I've created a 6-step guide based on my experiences. Step 1 is to acknowledge your emotions as valuable. Emotions are not obstacles, they're essential to our well-being. Studies by researchers like Antonio Damasio show that emotions play a critical role in decision-making, meaning that neglecting them can actually impair our rational thinking. One small way to start is by showing genuine interest in others' emotions. When you ask someone how they're doing, listen to their answer with sincerity. And when someone expresses a feeling, let them know it's okay. Openly discussing emotions breaks down the taboos surrounding them, allowing us to connect more deeply. Step 2 involves differentiating and analyzing emotions. Often, we mislabel our emotions, expressing anger when we're actually hurt, for example. To build emotional intelligence, we need to get to the root of our feelings, understanding the true causes rather than masking them. This level of self-reflection can help us handle each emotion appropriately. Step 3 is to accept all emotions. Society often teaches us that some feelings, like sadness or grief, are negative. But in reality, every emotion has value. For example, grief can be a powerful reflection of the love or importance of someone or something in our lives. By embracing rather than dismissing these feelings, we can learn from them. To put these steps into practice, try journaling. Writing down your emotions allows you to step back, observe them, and reflect. This practice, even if done occasionally, can be enlightening. Some prefer journaling apps, while others use traditional notebooks. Step 4 is to reflect on your emotions and trace them to their origins. Sometimes, understanding why we feel a certain way is enough to manage those feelings effectively. Writing can help with this too, as it encourages us to pause and analyze our experiences. Once you understand your feelings, step 5 is learning how to handle them. There's no one-size-fits-all solution here. It's about discovering what works best for you. Some people find release through exercise, others through meditation, reading, or creative outlets. The important thing is to find your own methods for processing emotions. Step 6 focuses on handling others' emotions. Mastering your own emotional intelligence naturally enhances your ability to support others. Whether it's a friend in distress or a colleague facing a challenge, understanding emotions helps you respond with empathy. One simple approach is to ask them how you can help. Often people know what they need, and by asking, we empower them to manage their emotions. When more people embrace emotional intelligence, we'll see its benefits ripple throughout society. Imagine if we taught emotional intelligence in schools, giving children the skills to understand themselves and others. They'd learn to respect emotions, work together on problem-solving, and approach conflicts with empathy. A world filled with emotionally intelligent people would be a world of mutual respect, tolerance, and true understanding. Picture workplaces led by emotionally aware leaders, families where parents understand and guide their children emotionally, and communities where differences are approached with openness rather than fear. Emotional intelligence can create a more inclusive, compassionate society, a world many of us dream of. If each of us commits to improving our emotional intelligence, think of the impact we could have. Let's start today and take the first steps toward a future of deeper connections and lasting change.